Hey friends, Liz here with Full and Fulfilled, and I am so excited that you are tuning in to today's video because this is something that I have been learning while working with people one-on-one and also accountability chats and all of those things that I'm now offering. So if you don't know about my offerings, I'm gonna do a link below so you can check out my website for more information on kind of how you can work with me one-on-one, how you can be in my group accountability chat and Slack. So check all the details down below. So today, I wanna talk about maybe you're stuck. Maybe you don't see anything changing on the scale, or maybe in your body, or how you're feeling. And I want to talk to you about observing your fat content and intake. Because here's the thing. The reason I say eat simple, simplify your meals, is the reason being is fat can sneak into your lifestyle or your diet or whatever you want to call it really, really easily. Because as humans, we crave fats and or like to sprinkle on or add here and there a little bit of this and that. And when you start adding a little bit of this and that, your calories can increase or your grams of fat can increase, and it can be a slippery slope. And the reason I am doing this video is I have been there. Sometimes we can just feel so stuck. We don't know how to get out or what we need to do. So before I found Starch Solution, I was working with a dietitian. She was a well-known dietitian because I was like, hey, I'm willing to invest in my health to find a solution of why I was like gaining weight, why I was feeling sluggish, why I didn't like the way I looked and things like that. She would have me write down in my notebook what I was eating, report back to her, weigh in once a week, all of these things. And she had me start incorporating nuts and seeds and dried fruit. And while I was working with her, the scale actually started going up. Even more so than when I was just by myself eating what I thought I knew, right? Whole food, plant-based, but adding in the nuts and seeds and all of those things. Because here's the thing, I actually didn't eat a lot of oil even before the Starch Solution, but I would eat nuts. I would make like gourmet sauces with nuts, and that was not what my body needed. And so I was feeling really stuck. And the moment I switched over to the Starch Solution, I was able to reduce my weight because I took out that afternoon snack of dried fruit and nuts or seeds, what the dietitian was recommending. These aren't bad foods. These are not bad foods. But as far as weight loss, you want to have a low fat content. And so if you are really looking to lose weight, your fat content, depending on, your numbers, may need to be 5 grams or less, or 10 grams or less. I look at some packages and I see in serving sizes 18 grams or 32 grams, and I'm like, whoa, no wonder you may not be able to lose weight if you look at packaging. And so those foods, while I was working with that dietitian, were not bad foods. They were just foods that my body was absorbing and making me larger because of the high fat content. Also adding, nuts and seeds into dressings tastes delicious, but I don't even go there anymore. I may add in a little tahini or something like that, but I keep it super, super basic when I am thinking about adding on little things here and there, because I do believe and know from experience that adding those things can really take the scale to a higher number when I want it to go lower. So I personally right now am in a weight loss mode. And so I like to have about 5 grams of fat or less. And if you're eating starches and vegetables and not adding any, fat content to a lot of things, you will have a low fat content as far as grams in your diet, because sauces and nuts and seeds and dried fruit and things like that, that can really change the fat content in your diet. I love this soy milk from Trader Joe's. And so I do not have a cup. I basically probably have a half a cup or less. And so I am only having 1.5 grams of fat, possibly, in my coffee in the morning. Let's look at coconut aminos. Why I use coconut aminos. It has literally 0 grams of fat. A sauce that I actually do enjoy, but very little. You can see the container. Maybe that's a sign that we shouldn't be having that much because the container's so small. So basically, serving size 2 tablespoons is 2.5 grams. And so I maybe use 2 tablespoons, if that. A hummus with no oil that I really, really enjoy. This is my go-to. Basically, once again, 2 tablespoons, and the total fat is 2.5 grams. I want to point out this other sauce. This is a great sauce. My husband actually will eat it every once in a while. I do not. Let's look at the fat content. For 2 tablespoons, it's 9 grams. So we just went from 2.5 grams to 9 in this. I won't have this. I love salsa, and I love salsa because it has 0 grams of fat. Let's look at tahini. So tahini, your 2 tablespoons, once again, total fat, 19 grams of fat. Not my first option as a condiment. As I'm doing a demo, my cute little happy. She's happy. And Lucky comes along. So let's talk hemp seeds. We are looking at, the serving size is 1.5 tablespoons and 7 grams of fat. Once again, you could add this to a sauce if you're making one, but be mindful of the fat content. I have this oat milk powder, and let's look at the fat content. Sunny. It is going to be 2 tablespoons. That's going to be our magic number, it sounds like. And the total fat is 2 grams. This is a good item. Let's take a look. We have a Plant Strong Rips Big Bowl. It's very, very tasty. Highly recommend. For a half a cup, it's 4 grams of fat. So you have to decide how you want to consume the fat. For a snack, I do like these brown rice snacks. So let's look at the fat content. So you are going to be looking at 9 crackers, and it's only half a gram of fat in this. So you could pair this with about 2 tablespoons of hummus and have a very low fat snack. So I just want you to do an observation. Do an observation for a day or even a week of what you're grabbing, what you're eating. If it has a label, look at it. What is the fat content? I even look at like my soy milk and I say, okay, it's gonna be 3 grams for my coffee or whatever that actual number is. And so I just know that like first thing in the morning, I'm having 3 grams of fat, and I'm okay with that because the rest of the day, I am not having, you know, nuts or seeds or oils and added fat in a lot of my meals. I do splurge and have like hummus and some, you know, amazing sauces. I just make sure that it has a low fat content. Your biggest takeaway from today's video is observe. Observe what you're eating, observe the fat intake. And I don't need you to track, I'm not saying that. I just want you to observe and understand what you're eating out of that bag or that box or whatever it may be. Because the more we can observe and understand what is going into our body, the better we can make decisions for how we are going to lose weight and how we're going to, you know, be consistent and how we are going to be able to push that scale to a lower number. So I hope that this video was super helpful to you today. And the reason I wanted to share this video is I'm working with people one-on-one, and I'm finding that we all struggle with this, and that it is something that we have to observe and understand and make the change from just eating the starches and the vegetables, and condiments can be extra. Just make sure they have a lower fat content. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. I appreciate you tuning in, and I have so many loyal followers. I just want to give you a shout out. I love getting to know you, and it's been a true honor to give you this kind of content. So I would love to know, what else are you struggling with? What do you want to see a video on? Because I will do it. So you just let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time.